What I'll now do is introduce Aldrin De Zilva, who will be looking at the impact on transactions on or after 31 March 2011, in other words, the future period. Can we come back to the questions later? Sorry, thank you. Aldrin's a partner in Deloitte with considerable experience in specialist taxation and legal roles. He advises numerous multinational and listed clients in relation to tax consolidation. He's been involved in the consultation process. He's admitted to practice as a barrister and solicitor and is a senior fellow at the University of Melbourne. Aldrin.
Okay, thanks Tony, and once again welcome to you all, and for those of us joining online. As Tony mentioned, what I'll be taking you through today are effectively the prospective changes. Colin, Peter and Wayne have obviously already gone through some of the transitional and retrospective measures. I suppose I'd like to commence by making a rather obvious yet important observation, and that is that obviously attachment A to Mr Shorten's media release describes the measures that I'll take you through as the prospective measures, yet they operate from on or after the 31st of March 2011. Why is that important? Well, the rollback of the RTFI rules may well have been anticipated by a lot of taxpayers, but there are a number of proposed changes, such as the retained cost-based treatment of assets, which wouldn't have been anticipated, and therefore will require those that have effectively had a joining time post that time to go back and reassess exactly what this all means for them. Now the key question, and Wayne may have stolen a bit of my thunder here, but the key question that I would like you to consider as I go through this presentation on the prospective is what these provisions will mean for entity acquisitions, and in particular whether or not entity acquisitions as a result of these proposed prospective measures will be less attractive. And the key message that I'd like to hopefully leave you with today is that the prospective measures will change the tax consolidation landscape. There will be some very different outcomes under tax consolidations on a go-forward basis, and I will take you through a couple of examples to highlight that later on. I won't touch on these next couple of slides too much, but simply to recap that obviously in terms of position where you don't have a private binding ruling or an advanced compliance agreement, then there are three different periods that apply, and there are different rules under those three periods. So really in analysing this press release, I'd recommend that you basically adopt a two-step process. The first step is really to focus on which period am I in, and then from there determine exactly what it means. Again, I won't take you through these next two slides in any detail, except provide them as a means of suggesting that there is a fair degree of complexity in trying to determine which provisions apply, so which period changes apply. So what these next two slides do is really look at the three key components: the time of the arrangement, the time of the joining time, and the time of the assessment. And depending on the relevant dates of those things, you will come up with very different period changes. And the item in blue is obviously the one that's relevant for the purposes of this presentation, and that's where you effectively have the arrangement, joining time and the assessment all in the post 31 March 2011.